You're watching BBN Tonight on your official UK sports station, LEX 18. Presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK athletics.
Welcome back to BBN Tonight. Let's check in with Tom Leach for this segment.
Yeah, the voice of the Wildcats joins us to talk about just a huge weekend for basketball. Tom, let's jump right into it. Now, Kentucky men finally came up with a win after that long losing streak by opening up SEC play with a victory over Mississippi State. Of course, Dontaie Allen, the breath of fresh air and the offense that they needed. Let's take a quick listen to what Coach Cal had to say after this big win.
Dante's attitude was so good, never changed, always a great kid, coming in, spending extra time, and now he had his chance. And now all of Kentucky's going crazy.
Tom, you know that. You know how Kentucky fans get behind the Kentucky kids. Good to see this happen, right?
Oh, yeah. And you know, this was a difficult spot for Dontaie. Richie Farmer can identify with him probably better than anybody because the fans are clamoring for you to play. And so maybe there's even a little extra pressure to produce when you go out on the field or on the court in this case. And boy, does he ever produce. And what he does when he hits those shots from outside is stretches the defense out a little bit, maybe creates some lanes for other guys to attack the basket. And I was talking with Goose Gibbons on my show this morning. He made a great point that if guys are pulled away from the basket more defensively, maybe it makes it a little easier to get offensive rebounds. So if you're missing shots, get it back and put it in.
Staying with Dontaie Allen here, Tom, do you see him continuing to have this sort of success? What does he need to do to avoid like one of those one-game wonder type moments?
Yeah, we'll just see how it plays out here over the next few games because obviously he figures much more prominently in the scouting report for the opponents now. Somebody's going to be living inside his jersey. So can Dontaie put it on the floor, a couple of bounces and hit the pull-ups or get to the rim? Do they need to run plays for him? They can run him off screens and get him shots. The two things that I really like about Dantae's game, number one, very quick release. So that helps against extra defensive attention. And number two, he really does a good job of setting up shots and knows how to position himself. So I think those two things will serve him well as he faces a much more different approach from the opposing defenses when he's on the court.
I noticed that quick release too. Yep. All right, the UK women's basketball team continues to impress. Ryan Howard led the Cats with 33 points in the team's victory over Mississippi State yesterday, following another conference victory over Arkansas late last week, leading to National Coach and Player of the Week honors from ESPNW for Howard and Kyra Elzy. Tom, this is a fun team to watch, and right now they're at the top of their game.
That was a really entertaining game to watch on Sunday. I saw most of it, and then to see Ryan come alive like she did in the fourth quarter in the overtime. I think 15 in the fourth quarter. It looked like the game might be slipping away from them, and now they've won 2 straight over ranked opponents in this stretch of 4 in a row against ranked opponents. So it's exciting for Coach Elzy's team.
And they're up to number 10 now in the country.
Yes,
which is big.
And of course, Tom, we can't end without talking about UK's Gator Bowl appearance. Quickly, just your thoughts on the victory to end an adverse 2020 season.
Just so happy for all of the players and really everybody that's associated with the program because we were talking about this on the air after the game, Jeff and I. Every team had to go through a lot this season with the coronavirus issues, but this Kentucky team had even more put on their shoulders because you had the passing of John Schlarman during the season. They lost Chris Oates to an injury. He faces a difficult recovery now, and that happened before the season. The guy was going to be a key player for them, and so that was even more adversity that they had to deal with. And then they got hit by COVID hardest at the worst point on their schedule, and they fought through it all and had enough togetherness that they all wanted to play together one more time in the bowl game. So couldn't have been happier to see those guys get to hoist that trophy.
Tom Leach, voice of the Wildcats, always appreciate the insight. Appreciate you joining us today.
Sure.
All right, stay right there. We have much more coming up.
You're watching BBN Tonight.